Alright, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about all of the zombie maps that I've ever played, and I'm going to rank every single one of them from, I believe it's 41 to 1. So we're going to go from worst to best. I haven't played every map, obviously. There's some BO4 maps that I haven't played yet. I'm never going to play Cold War. Never going to play BO6. I've played a few World War II maps. I've played IW a couple times, but I don't own any of those maps. So we're just going to be talking about the maps that I own, and let's just get right into it. Starting off at number 41, it's very predictable, and a lot of people will have it here. It's Transit. I just overall think this is the worst experience I've ever had. Launch map, this was all the hype. We all were looking forward to this, and it didn't give us much to hold on to. I do like the buildables. It gave us the first shield ever. The bank and the fridge were a cool idea. I do like the bus idea. The whole idea of a transit route is it's a neat idea. It's just the execution was awful. And I like the fact that you've got different hub areas. Obviously they turn those into their own maps. But there's so many cons on this map. Turning the power on is annoying as hell. Just getting there is annoying. Pack-a-punching is a complete nightmare. You have to have your turbine and it has to stay there without the zombies attacking it. It's a nightmare. The Avogadro is awful. I can't stand them. The jet gun front to back is the worst wonder weapon. I know statistically it's the best damage wise, but it's the worst. It breaks every time you use it, and just building it is awful too. The fog ruins the map. Denizens are terrible, and just overall the map doesn't flow well. I just never have any urge to come back and play Transit. Number 40 is Die Rise. I never cared for this map. When it came out, it just felt like more of Transit in two buildings. It doesn't flow well. Overall, just thinking about this map's giving me a headache. The few things I do like, I like the Sliquifier, obviously. Pre-patch, it was an awesome weapon to use. It got you at around 100, no problem, but now they have nerfed it, because that's what they do best. It was simply just a little better than Transit, so that alone made the map at least playable. Transit was just so awful that anything was better. The Trample Steam was a cool addition. I love going on the roof on this map. It's the one area where I really just enjoy. It's a nice scenic area. And the AN94 wall buy is a really good ad for the map. But the cons are just terrible on this map. And nerfing the Sliquifier was just a terrible decision all around. It makes the replayability and the high rounds on this map not fun. Who's Who is either great or terrible depending on where your body spawns in. PhD troll that they have on this map pisses me off to the extreme. The fact that they knew that you'd need it on this map and they kind of just laugh in your face just sums up Treyarch at this time. The map layout is just, it's not good. You know, you have to go around the entire map just to re-access some parts that you've gone in. Either that or you need the key. So just some of the decisions ruin any flow of this map. And lastly, the elevators with perks, especially Pack-a-Punch, were just an awful idea. You'll be putting your guns in the Pack-a-Punch machine, and then all of a sudden your guns disappear, and there's nothing you can do about it. Overall, I just do not like Die Rise. Verrucht World at War is 39. I don't have much to say about this map. It innovated in the sense that it gave us perks for the first time. This was the first map that ever had Jug, Quick Revive, Stamp, Speed Cola, and Double Tap. It almost said Stamina. It's better than Knocked slightly in terms of your maneuverability. You can get around a little better. It's a little bit bigger. And it's got this amazing atmosphere. You feel like you're really in an insane asylum. When you go up to that dentist chair and you hear the screaming, those are the moments you'll never forget in zombies. Overall, though, the super sprinters ruin it. If you're playing this map as a casual, you're going to get killed before you even reach round 15. It's just too intense. The zombie mechanics in World at War are just plain bad, so you're going to get sucked in by these super sprinters. Unless you're using the traps, you have absolutely zero chance of survival. Overall, it's just a plain map, a lot like Nocturne Toad, and it doesn't really give you much to come back for. It's not a bad map, it's not terrible, it's one of the humble beginnings, and I can respect it for that. It gave us a lot of what we still use in zombies, but overall, I don't have any real desire to go back and play this version. Number 38, Blood of the Dead. Now this map was some of the most wasted potential in zombies history, front to back. Yeah, I will try to think of some positives, so it's not all negatives. The pure nostalgia you get by playing this, you feel like you're playing Mob of the Dead every here and there, which is a nice little reminder of a better map and a better time. But really, it just makes you want to go play the better map. The Magma Gat was a really good upgrade. I think it's better than the Vitrolic Withering. And teleporting through the bottom of the map, which was an original feature from Mob of the Dead that they took out, it helps get around the map a lot quicker, so I do like that. But on the bad side, it wasted so much potential. It had a top tier map layout and it ruined it in terms of Mob of the Dead. It had the best flow, everything worked, and it went and added a bunch of stuff that killed the momentum and flow of the map. All the new ideas ruined everything, in my opinion. I don't like anything they added. There wasn't a single thing where I thought, man, that, except for the Magma Gat, everything else was just, it just sank the map. The catwalk was just terrible. If you're a casual, you might just quit as soon as you get to the catwalk. And the key shield, whoever decided on that and the low damage, I hate everything about you. It's brutal. Worst of all, though, is removing the bridge. Removing the Golden Gate Bridge on this map was a cataclysmic idea, and it completely ruined any ideas that they had that could have been good, because this just, you took out everybody's favorite part of the map, man, and you put Pack-a-Punch on the roof because you're lazy. So let's just move on before I get angry, because this map absolutely pisses me off. You know it's bad when Bus Depot is ahead of Blood of the Dead, but I would rather play this boring, empty, soulless map that's just straight up a survival map with no perks and no Pack-a-Punch. I'd rather play this than Blood of the Dead. It's a fun challenge from time to time. If you're in the mood for Black Ops 2 and you just have 15-20 minutes, it's fun to load up and see how long you can survive by starting on round 20. It's less stressful than playing Tranzit, so that alone makes you just want to play it more than Tranzit. You don't have to go through all the annoying setup. You can just play this simple little survival map. But there's nothing really to replay it for. It's too bare, and it's too bare bones for its own good in the terms of it's almost worse than Nocturne Totem. Well, I mean, it is worse, not almost. It is. So why play this when you can go play the better map on World at War or BO1 or BO3? There's just nothing to play this for. No Pack-a-Punch, no perks like a lot of the other survival maps. So simply just above the other maps because they're so terrible. Number 36 is Nocturne Totem from Black Ops 1, which to me is the worst version of Nocturne Totem. It's got a few positives. It's better looking than the World at War version, obviously, and it should be. It came out a few years later, so I should hope that there were some upgrades in those aspects. They added the Thunder Gun and Monkey Bombs, and also added Mule Kick, so they added a few things to give you a little more something to play with when you're hanging out with your friends on the map. But again, why would you play this over the World at War version when it's got 24 zombies per round? It feels much more eerie and a lot more like a horror movie. This version just doesn't have that same scary vibe. It's still sort of freaky, but I don't feel the same level of scared when I play this version. World at War's weapons, zombies, everything about it's better. I just think this is by far the worst version of this map, and I don't think there's really any arguing that. Number 35, Voyage of Despair. I don't have very many positives about this map. The only real positives is it takes place on the Titanic, which is one of my favorite historical events ever, and I just love the ship and the way it was made. So I love being able to explore the map and see the ship up close in areas that I would have never been able to see. The atmosphere is really good. But really, other than that, it's some of the most wasted potential in a map ever. You don't even really do anything with the Titanic. It's everything to do with these planets surrounding you, and it's got all about this weird chaos storyline that is so removed from the actual event itself that it almost feels like, why are we even on the Titanic? You could have literally done anything else with this map than anywhere else, and it still wouldn't have been good. But it at least wouldn't have been a wasted map on the Titanic. There's too many boss zombies. The wonder weapon's terrible. The Kraken, it's awful. All 4 upgrades are bad. The map confuses a lot of people visually because everything looks the same. It just doesn't feel like it's meant to be a zombies map. And the characters overall are annoying. I have to mute them every time I play. I don't have too many positives really about this at all. It's a forgettable map, and it's such a shame because it could have been so good. Number 34, Farm. Again, you know it's bad when Farm's above some of these maps that were meant to be big, huge maps in Black Ops 4. Farm has a really good atmosphere. That's really all it's got going for it, but you feel like you're in a slasher movie, especially like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre or a Friday the 13th movie. The Farm, it just feels very grimy and gritty, and I really enjoy that. It's fun to play with friends. If you're playing this map with more than 2 friends, it ends up being a complete blast because there's really no training space, so you just end up running into each other and it becomes chaotic. It's nice to have perks. It's nice to have at least something to come back to this map for, unlike Bus Depot. But there's no Pack-a-Punch. It's a little bit too small. There's not really much to come back to this map for, other than if you're trying to kill some time with some friends, or you just played a big map and you want to close out your day on a small map. That's kind of what this is better for. But there's no wonder weapons besides the ray gun. It's just overall meh. 33 is Shangri-La from Black Ops 3, and this is the worst Black Ops 3 map in my opinion. This does not fit with the Black Ops 3 system whatsoever. Nothing they decided to do with this map worked, except for the visuals. This is visually the best looking map possibly ever. Top 3 for sure. It's so beautiful. It's easier to set up than the Black Ops 1 version. That's really all it's got going for it, is you can pop these gobblegums and get all your stuff. Bing, bang, boom, you're ready. And the Widow's Wine edition was nice, but at the same time, that was at the expense of PhD, which I don't understand why they removed PhD from these BO1 remasters, but it kills my interest to ever come back to them. The baby gun effect does not work the same at all in this version of the map. It takes forever to really do the damage, and then you can't run through them properly. Napalm Zombie does way more damage to you, and it just doesn't float with BO3. This map really was not meant to be in this game. It barely flows with BO1, so BO3, yeah, this is just skip this map altogether, honestly. 32 is Shinonuma from Black Ops 1. I like the vibe of this map. There's something about this that I've always come back to. I know it's not a great map. I know there's no Pack-a-Punch. I know there's no great wonder weapon. There's no high rounds that are easy to achieve, but for some reason I always come back to this particular version of this map. I love that they added Mule Kick to it when Moon came out. That really helps this in particular more than the other World at War map, and Dear Reese, I guess. And it's a lot nicer looking than World at War, obviously, like all the other remasters. This is just an upgraded version, and it's just a fun challenge overall. You know, you put yourself in this map. It's like a survival map from Black Ops 2, like Town or Nuketown, where there's really not much that you're left with other than your skill. It feels unnecessary, though, to play when you've got the BO3 version, which has Gobblegums, it's got the Wonder Fizz, and the World at War version, which has 24 zombies per round. So you can get to around 1 million if you want. And it's just a lot more fun overall. And I just don't think the BO1 weapons fit this map. There's just really, I've never hit the box thinking, oh man, I can't wait to get this gun, other than the Wunderwaffe or Ray Gun, which is both in World at War. Coming just above that is Verrucht Black Ops 1. I think at the end of the day, I would probably rather play Shinonuma if you put a gun to my head, but the overall vibe of this map, and this was my first version of Verrucht, I love the way this map feels. When you load up in this, I feel scared. I still to this day, when I spawn in on either side, Jug or Quick Revive, I just feel this overwhelming urge to run, because you know what's coming. You know what's coming. You're gonna get attacked. It doesn't matter what weapons you have, because in this game and World at War, you're not gonna live. There's no way. But overall, the Winter's Howl makes this map suck. If this had any weapon, if this had the Wunderwaffe even in Black Ops 1, this would be 3 or 4 or 5 spots higher, because I love the challenge aspect of this map. But when you give me nothing to work with, I just don't even want to play it. I really don't. And for me personally, I think this map doesn't fit BO1 or World at War. I think the BO3 version of this map is the only one that flows somewhat properly. I just can't get over how claustrophobic it is. It's too much. You get overrun so fast. Unless you're a complete god tier zombies player, you're going to have a really bad time on this map. Coming at number 30, just above Verrucht BO1, is Verrucht BO3, which is the highest I have any Verrucht. I don't love this map, as you can see. It's probably my least favorite World at War map. I've never really cared for it. It feels like a worse version of Nocturne Toten in terms of it didn't give us much other than perks, right? Like, what did this map give us? I'd rather play Nocturne Toten where I feel like I'm in a nightmare. BO3, though, this map, it does it all right. It gives me everything I need on a map like this, where I always complain there's no Pack-a-Punch. You can just take your Gobblegums so you can get Pack-a-Punch that way. I complain that you can't get more than 4 or 5 perks. Well, you can get whatever perk you want on this map with the Wonder Fizz. So they solved a lot of these issues. They gave us the Wunderwaffe. It's just overall the best version of this map for me personally. At number 29, we've got Shinonuma BO3. This map looks incredible. It really does. I never hear people give it the credit it deserves, but it looks great. Gobblegum, same as Verrucht, make this map an entirely different experience. Same with the Wonder Fizz, so now you can have the variety of using more than just the 4 or 5 perks that you were given originally. And having quick revive and spawn is another little positive that I don't ever hear mentioned, but it's way better than having mule kick and spawn. But same as a lot of the other World at War remasters, without those gobblegums, you're not going to have a good experience. It's basically the same as playing the Black Ops 1 versions of these maps, where it just feels like, why am I doing this? I don't have any weapons, I'm simply relying on traps, and yeah, so no, if you're not going to use gobblegums, just completely avoid these maps. They're basically not fun. And the mud and the water in Black Ops 3, especially this map, completely insufferable. You get stuck just walking in it. It's really bad. You need stamina up to basically get through any water or mud areas, so that is definitely a huge detractor. But overall, I enjoy this map. There's plenty of others I'd rather play. Now, to finish off these World at War maps for now, at least, 28, we've got Knocked BO3. And I like this more than the BO1 version. I still have to have the World at War version just above this, though. But overall, like I mentioned with the last two World at War maps, you've got the Gobblegums, you've got the Wonder Fizz. And overall, the visuals on this map look great. I think it got back to its roots more than the BO1 version. I think the lighting on this one works better. I get that eerie vibe again when I play this version. But there are some pretty big cons, and I think this map would definitely be higher. But the zombies are so slow. They thought it was funny to slow the zombies down to borderline frozen speed. So these early rounds on this map take for fucking ever. And even on the high rounds, I think around 50 took me like 4 hours on this map, which is just ridiculous. And around 100 will take you upwards of 11 hours. So that alone pushes this map down for me, where I can't enjoy it to its full potential. Number 27, we've got Origins from Black Ops 3, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, wow, that's low. It's not Origins to me. It's obviously Origins by name, and that's the reason it's 27 and not 41, but I just can't enjoy this map the way that a lot of people do. The Gobblegums and all that stuff ruin this map in particular, because people will just sit there and spam the Gobblegums for a million rounds. Like, they'll just sit there hitting their power vacuum and getting around 100 no problem. It took the challenge aspect of Origins out completely. Whereas the other World at War maps, I feel like they needed something to give them a little bit of fun. This map was fun enough to begin with. You didn't need Gobblegums at all on this. And the map looks terrible. I don't know what it is about this map. It looks awful. They made it look so much worse than the Black Ops 2 version, which should not be a thing. Like I mentioned with Shinonuma, the mud is awful. And I never have the urge to replay this version. If I'm going to play Origins, I'll just go play the Black Ops 2 version that does everything better. I just simply have to put this here. It should probably be lower, but it does some things well, I guess. I just can't think of any at the moment. Number 26 is Nocturne Toten from World at War. Now, obviously, this map's aged terribly. If you're going to play this map for the first time as somebody who just started zombies today, you're going to hate this map. But somebody like myself who played from 2010 and 11 beyond, going back to playing World at War and getting an experience on this map with my friends was awesome. Have some of my favorite zombies memories ever playing this map. It just got this vibe, you know, when you beat the campaign, I'll never forget it. Beating the campaign and seeing that dude run towards the screen scared the shit out of me. I couldn't believe what was happening. I'd played zombies before that, but the nature of World at War with the Nazi zombies feels so much scarier. So this map, it deserves the credit it gets. It gave us the mode we all love. It can't be bad. It simply can't be put in the bad category. It's the first map ever. I can't harp on it. I love what this map gave us, and overall, it's still a fun experience to go back and play. Number 25 is Nuketown Zombies. This map was obviously never meant for zombies, and I'm aware of that, but it's the perfect challenge yourself map. If you ever feel like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like a good zombies player, go play Nuketown without Jug, or go play Nuketown even with Jug, and you'll really quickly realize, man, this game can get a lot harder than it seems. It was a nice bonus for the beginning of the game. We had the shittiest launch map ever, you know, Tranzit with Town and Farm and all these other maps that, like, I love Town, but it wasn't enough. Having Nuketown was a nice bonus to distract us for a while. And it's replayable. I always find myself thinking, like, I could play Nuketown right now. It's the second best survival map ever. And the really only cons that come to mind for me is the random perks. It started the whole fad of random perks, and BO3 went crazy with that. Every map did it for much every map. Except for like Revelations and Grog Crovey. Every other map felt like it had to do the random perk thing. Zombie spawns are really bad on this map. They'll come out of everywhere, the bushes, the ground, the sky. Japan, everywhere they are coming for you. And the lack of wonder weapons, like every survival map, it'll be the downfall of you eventually. I can't complain much. This map gives me a lot of nostalgia, and it's a lot of great memories on it overall. Inching it out by one spot at number 24 is Town. It does a few things just a little bit better for me. One, it came with the game. You didn't have to buy it. It was free. And it carried this game until Mob of the Dead came out. Obviously, Tranzit was bad. Obviously, Die Rise wasn't loved very well. So people just kept playing Town. And Nuketown never really got the respect. So it was always this map. It was easy enough to just hop in. You get your perks, you get your weapons, and before you know it, you're on round 40 having a good time. It towed that line perfectly of challenging and fun and also sort of easy, especially for the first 40, 50 rounds. It's just a good overall high round map. It's the best survival map, in my opinion, personally. The real cons are the fire. It's really annoying, and having PhD on this map would have been really nice, but of course, Treyarch hated us at this point. No wonder weapon, just like all the other survival maps. And yeah, that's really all I got. I don't have too many cons for this map. It just can't be higher than this because there wasn't too much substance. It was just a survival map. That was it. The end. From here on out, these are maps that I enjoy. Number 23 is Classified. This map looks and flows very well, especially for a BO4 map. Obviously, we all know if this was Black Ops 3, it'd be a top tier map. It'd be respected way more, but for Black Ops 4, it did its job. It's fun for high rounding, and for me in particular, I had a good time getting around 100. It was fun all around. Pack-a-Punch moving from inside the Pentagon to Groom Lake was a really good decision. It gave the map, I don't know, more grandeur, I guess. It wasn't creative or anything, but it was cool. I just overall think the map additions were nice. The little added rooms, it added to this map, unlike stuff like Blood of the Dead, where it feels like it was just unnecessary. This map, it felt like the rooms they added were pretty neat. I always wondered what was in those rooms when I was playing 5. But there's no Pentagon Thief. That alone makes this map kind of an L. And having Hellhounds instead, like, it's such a dumb and plain decision where it just feels like, hey, let me just put the most generic thing in the map and ruin what made it so creative in the first place. The map is so visually dark. Like I said, it looks great. A lot of it looks great, but it's so gloomy and dark. If they just put some light, you'd really get to see how nice this map looks. My biggest complaint is the Winter's Howl is still bad. It doesn't matter what you do with this gun, it's going to take 3 or 4 shots to kill zombies in around 50 to 60 to 70 plus range. It's so annoying. Overall, I have a good time with this map. It's just, there's 22 maps that do things better. 22, Zetsubo no Shima. There's a lot of good things about Zetsubo, and I think it's grown on me over the years. If I made this list a few years ago, it would have been really low on this list. I hated this map, but I love the Easter egg. Every time I play this map, I do the Easter egg. Obviously, if you want to access the best part of the map, you have to do the Easter egg. The atmosphere is top-notch for any map. I think in BO3 in particular, this has the best vibe of any of the DLC maps. It's scary. It gives you that BO1 vibe again, so I really appreciate that. I like the guns they added. Even the ones that weren't great, like the Razorback and HG40, I still like that there was something new to use. The Marshals were awesome. And there's just a lot of fun little Easter eggs all over the map. You know, like even the boss fight with the spider, which is, I just love that shit. That's awesome. And the Skull of Non-Stop is the best specialist in zombies history, in my opinion. I don't think there's really any arguing that. The negatives, too many buildables. Needing to have anywhere but here to do the Easter egg is really annoying. So one Gobblegum slot's just instantly gone. Having to wait around for a lot of the parts for the Easter egg in KT4, really annoying. So when you doing the upgrade for the KT4, you have to just keep going down and watering the plant stuff. That stuff really pisses me off. Turning on the power is annoying on this map. And the KT4 doesn't have enough ammo. I would love this gun, and I would love this map a lot more if I had a wonder weapon that didn't have like 40 shots in it. It's a good map, it's just, I can't justify putting it any higher. Coming in at 21 is Der Riese from World at War. I love this map to my core, going back to when I was a child. This was the first World at War DLC that I bought, and obviously I bought this because it had Pack-a-Punch and stuff, but that, just loading this map up for the first time, getting the PPSH, experiencing the map that I felt like I missed out on, gave me such a wave of nostalgia I didn't even know I could have from a map that I'd only played a little bit on BO1. It's the first map ever, like I mentioned, that introduced Pack-a-Punch. That gives it a big up. It's got the map layout that pretty much every map after stole from, especially maps like Gorod Krovi that come to mind, where it's got the same similar layout. It's the best co-op map ever for pure fun. For me personally, when I play with my buddies, I just love this map. BO1 or World at War, but this is a good version. It introduced the Bowie knife, the fly trap Easter egg was really fun, and the best camping spot ever on the catwalk. Especially this version when you get to sit up there at the PPSH, MG42, Browning. So much fun. My only real cons with this map is the zombies suck you in like every other World at War map, so you're pretty much screwed, especially if you use the Wonder Waff and it takes your jug away with the zap of the energy burst. You're pretty much screwed from that point on. If you get hit by any shot of the Wonder Waff, bye-bye Juggernog, and your game's done. So there's some cons, but overall, this map got so much going for zombies, and Kino really picked up where this map left off, so I love this map.
Number 20 is Kino der Toten from Black Ops 3. The map looks great. You know, you can't really deny that. The visuals have definitely gone up, like all of these remasters should. That should be like the bare minimum. The Wonder Fizz being added is obviously a big boost, like the World at War maps. And it's nice to not just have the 5 perks that were there originally. You know, you've got Widow's Wine now, Stamina Up, all these other perks that just weren't there originally. It's fun to high around. I've had a lot of fun getting to 100 on this map multiple times. But that's really all I've got for the positives. To me, it's too PC. Like, it's politically correct, and the fact that it removed the swastikas, it's a big L. I don't care what their justification for that is. It's a Nazi zombies mode. It's set in Nazi Germany. I don't know. That to me is just, I instantly don't want to play it if you've got a big part of the map that was originally there missing. It's not as memorable. There's just something about it that it does not seem the same. When you play Kino from BO1, you're scared. You feel the dread. You feel this overwhelming dread. In this particular game, this version of the BO3 version, I don't feel that at all. It's too crisp. It's too clean. It's not gritty and grimy like the original. And that's really all I gotta say for Kino Black Ops 3. I don't really have much. It's just a middle-of-the-road remake that I don't play very often, and that's that. Number 19 is Ascension from Black Ops 3, so another one of these remasters. It's definitely one of the best-looking maps ever. When you turn the power on, it looks pristine. This map looks amazing. I can't complain about any of the visual aspects of this. Gobblegums eliminate the monkeys completely as an issue. You use the nuke gobblegum. I said nuclear gobblegum. Use the nuke gobblegum. You can get rid of them with no issue whatsoever. You don't have to deal with them at all, and you don't even have to have an issue. You can get all the free perks, all that stuff. The Wonder Fizz gives you the ability to get double tap on the map for the first time. That's a big miss, in my opinion, with Black Ops 1. Not having double tap on the map at all is kind of odd. And I just think it fits the BO3 system better than a map like Kino. Something about this map feels like it could have come out in Black Ops 3. It's a big enough map. There's enough to do. And I love this map in Black Ops 1, but in this map, there's no PhD, and it gets too easy and boring fast. I've been to 100 on this map a couple times, but by the time you get to around 80, I am almost done every single time. I'm bored, and it's not even really slow. It's just I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of playing this map. Just repetitive shooting AAT Shiva into the zombies over and over in spawn. So for that alone, it has to stay at 19. Number 18 is Shangri-La from Black Ops 1. If I made this list even 7-8 months ago, this would have been at the bottom of my list easily. I had no respect for this map whatsoever. I always kind of saw this as the worst map in Black Ops 1, but as time's gone on, I appreciate it for what it is. It's a great challenge. Up to this point, besides Nock and Varuk, this was the hardest and most challenging zombies experience to date. Call of the Dead, obviously, you can't get to 100, so that's obvious. That's a little bit of an L. But this map in particular, it's the hardest challenge you're going to get on Black Ops 1. And that, to me, is a positive. Some would say that's a negative, it's too cramped, small, but if you figure out how to train on this map, you'll appreciate it on a whole nother level. It's got one of the best wonder weapons ever, one of the best atmospheres, and I think visually, even 2011, the map holds up extremely well. Now, the things that hold this map back, it's a pretty unforgiving map. One wrong turn, one wrong move, you're gonna down, and getting your perks back on this map can be a pretty big task. 4-player Pack-a-Punch is a complete disaster. All having to stand on different panels at once, it's just never gonna happen. So if you're playing online with 4 people that you don't have mics with, good luck. Napalm zombies are annoying as all hell, and there was no new perks added to this map. So overall, it's more positives than negatives, and this is definitely by far my favorite version of Shangri-La. I like it. It's a good map. Number 17, Moon Black Ops 1. This map keeps falling further down my list the more I play it. I did like this map a lot more back in 2011-12. It was such a cool idea and so revolutionary in every aspect. I love that you get to start at Area 51. It's very cool. You get to have these zombies speed up every time it goes, and you have to deal with more health, more speed, get your perk, get out of there. It's just a really cool novelty being on the moon fighting zombies. You look around and you realize, I am in zero gravity fighting zombies. The wave gun is awesome. It's one of the best wonder weapons in zombies history. The aesthetics, I always just find myself sitting around looking at all of the map features. I love it, just the way it looks like Der Riese, but on the moon. It's got one of the best Easter eggs, in my opinion, in zombies history, especially on BO3, when you can do it on solo, so that's a nice feature, but in this case, it's only 4-player. The real things that hold this map back, and I say the real things as if it's not a big problem, the astronaut in BO1, every time you kill him, he goes up in health, so at some point you will not be able to kill him. The wave gun does no damage to him. The excavator is one of the worst ideas ever implemented, no one can argue that. The window is breaking, it makes it really annoying, you gotta wear your PES suit at all times. And jug swapping with Speed Cola on Earth, it's a really annoying concept. It was cool when you think about it, but when you down and you have got to go back to Earth twice to get your perk back, it's really annoying. Number 16 is 5 from Black Ops 1. Now, you either love this map or you either hate it. There's really no in between. I've never heard somebody say, well, it's alright. It's either this is one of your top favorite maps ever, or it's one of your bottom favorite. And it's one of my top favorite for sure. Playing as Kennedy, Nixon, McNamara, and Fidel Castro is one of the best ideas ever. Having that cast of characters. And the opening credits scene is one of the most memorable scenes in zombies history. It will never get old to me. Running around the Pentagon never gets old. I could do that forever. Look at all the paintings, seeing all these things that you feel like you shouldn't almost be seeing, you know? It feels like a nightmare in the lab area. You know, you go down there and it feels like a completely separate map. I just love the dichotomy of the different areas on this map. It feels like a different map altogether. It's a great challenge in comparison to Kino. So if you got bored of Kino and how easy it was, you could just hop on the 5 and play this and have the challenge of your life. And having the Pentagon Thief as an individual boss on this map was a great idea. You end up finding out later it was Yuri from the Ascension group. So I love how they tie all of that in. My only cons with this map are the Winter's Howl is terrible, and putting one of the worst winter weapons on one of the hardest maps just seems like, why would you do that to your fans? Why? And the lack of viable training area, especially in co-op. If you have more than 2 people or just 2 people on this map, you're going to struggle. You're getting around 25 feels like a straight-up accomplishment on this map. I love this map. I don't have much else to say. Please go play 5 if you've never played it. Number 15, Burger King I'm just kidding. Number 15, Revelations, one of the more controversial maps from Black Ops 3, where you either, like, same with 5, love it or hate it. There's really no in between. I really like this map, though, and at first I was kind of upset. I felt like it was a lackluster end to Black Ops 3, and I still feel that way. But it's celebrating everything good about zombies, especially in Black Ops 3. So you get all of what you love about zombies, all of the maps, all of the perks, except for PhD, all of the wonder weapons that are really top tier, and you get the Ragnaroks, you get a little Arnie, you get to celebrate all of those great things in one map while doing it on Kino, or Mob of the Dead, or Origins, or any of those maps you get to play on and celebrate your favorite moments and memories. So I love that aspect of it. This is what we wanted at the time. So people can look back now and say, like, it's such a lazy map. It's what we were all begging for. For years, we wanted a map like this where we celebrated and combined all of our favorite aspects of zombies. It's got a lot of replayability to me. It's got one of the best spawn locations ever, and Pack-a-Punch locations. And I love the permanent jug and stamina up helmets that you can put on. It adds a whole other aspect to the map. To me, though, the cons holding this back from being like a top 10 map, there's not enough innovation. You've got 2 new areas in the map, Spawn and Pack-a-Punch. Everything else is a reskin. And as that is sort of cool, it's also a detractor because there's nothing new. It's too easy. Yeah, you feel almost like you can't die on this map unless you mess up yourself. You can't really die to what's on the map. And it's just not overall a great ending to the storyline. So if you're invested in the Easter eggs and storyline, it'll be a pretty disappointing ending for you. But overall, looking back, it's a fun map, and I enjoy it.
Number 14. A lot of people will have this higher on their list. Gorod Krovi. I have always felt like I should like this map more. I really respected it when it came out, because obviously when a new map comes out, you love every map. But as time's gone on, this is one of those maps I don't really find myself running to. Like, I need to go play Gorod Krovi. It's a beefed up version of Darius, and that's a good thing. And also a bad thing, but it's mostly a good thing because we all love the way that map's laid out, and it's very easy to remember how to set up and do all of the pack-a-punch steps. All of that's great. A box wonder weapon at this time in this economy seemed impossible. Every map was build this, build that, you gotta go here, you gotta upgrade that. So getting your wonder weapon from the box was that was great. Brought back the PPSH, which that made me hard as hell. Everybody else, I'm sure, included. The story was great. The Easter egg was really good. One of the best shields to date. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I'll sit here sounding like an idiot. I love the Gauntlet of Siegfried as well, the specialist. It's really good. And it feels more like a basic Black Ops 1 map in a way where it feels a lot more grounded. I know there's dragons and stuff, but compared to like DE and Zetsubo, where again everything was just build this, this map didn't have as much of that. It's got too many boss zombies, though. It feels like a beginning of a Black Ops 4 cycle where every fucking round you're being thrown at 10 boss zombies. High rounding isn't fun unless you've got Gobblegum to save your ass, like Aftertaste and all that stuff. So you're going to down 100 times in that bunker trying to train. And it just feels like a overrated map in the grand scheme of things. Kind of like Drak. It does good things, but at the same time, no one ever wants to talk about what it doesn't do well. It's just all about the great aspects and blah, blah, blah. It's a pretty boring map. I'm not going to lie. I like it. It does a lot of good stuff, but at the same time, it simply cannot go higher than 14. Number 13 is the Giant. The map that carried people in terms of getting your level ups on Black Ops 3 at the start, getting your camos, all of that. This was that map. If you just wanted casual play, this was the perfect map. Until Chronicles came out, because we only had 6 maps in the entire game, and this was probably the most casual of them all. So for that, it earned a lot of respect for me. I think it was just a really nice way for them to reintroduce Darius, bring it back for the storyline, give us a whole new look of the map. It's got the snow, so it feels like you're playing a different map a little bit. And the Wunderwaffe is obviously back. All these things you remember are all back, and you also get to have a little extra. You get the stuff like the stamina perk. It's either stamina up or Deadshot, so yeah, it's either great or bad. But I like little Easter eggs like that. The replayability of this map was through the roof. I cannot tell you how many times I've loaded this map up. It's probably in my top 5 most played. Again, it was the level up map where when you were trying to prestige, you played the shit out of this map. I like that it had the Easter egg as well for the Annihilator. I know that it was the Flytrap Easter egg from World at War and stuff, and they didn't really add anything new, but I still like that was there at all to begin with. My con, though, is the Annihilator sucks. It's a terrible, it's not even a wonder weapon, a specialist. It's terrible. It does no damage. It doesn't help you at all. It doesn't really flow the best for BO3, especially because there's no Widow's Wine. This map, you get fucking destroyed if you're not paying attention. You have to be running a full map train, basically, or you're going to get absolutely wrecked. Or the spawn strategy, which I've seen done to various degrees. I have a good time on this map. Still not my favorite version of Darius, though. Number 12, the most overrated map in Zombies history, Drak. I see everybody putting this in their top 3, and I just kind of laugh, to be honest. Because it doesn't do anything new. This map, I get bored every time I play it. Every single time I load this map up, I'm wondering, why am I not just playing Origins? It's the better map. It's got a good Easter egg, though. It's definitely, I will not argue that. It's got a good specialist in the Ragnaroks. That was fun to use. It's okay for high rounds if you have Gobblegums again, but if you don't and you're playing offline like I usually do, this map's a nightmare. You need to constantly find ways to get max ammo. It feels like you're playing a Black Ops 2 map at that point. It like I said, brings nothing new to the table. It gets boring extremely fast. I don't find often that I get the urge to, alright, today's my Drak day. And the Panzer on this map is on mega steroids. He's tough in Origins, but this map, if you aren't prepared in the higher rounds, he will eat your ass for lunch.
I can't justify putting this map any higher, and the only reason it's 12 is because of all the fun times I had on launch and during 2016. It just keeps falling down the list for me personally. That's just me. I know a lot of people will be mad at that, but I don't care. Number 11 is Buried. Oh, I remember when Buried came out. 2013, July. What a good time to be alive, and what a good time to get a map like this. We just had Mob of the Dead, which was a dark, scary, disturbing map. Buried was like a jovial escape into this fun adventure back into the Old West. I love this map, and I have friends that absolutely hate it, and I will never understand it. It's got some of the best vibes ever. You load this up, it's just so vibrant and colorful, and you get down into the little western town, and you just feel like you're back in 1885. For me personally, I just feel like I'm in like a Back to the Future 3 area. Oh, it's so great. Some of the fun buildables will never be forgotten. I love the subwoofer resonator, and obviously they brought the turbine back. Vulture fit the map so well. I miss when they used to put perks and weapons and stuff that fit just the map that it was on. Vulture obviously has returned in newer games, but it fit this map so well. Arthur was a cool companion. I think that's really cool that he helps you out around the map. The Witch's House and Maze was a really cool idea for the Pack-a-Punch. And I really love the fact that they added a Ray Gun Mark II, not just to this map, but to every map before and after it. So you got a second ray gun on every map after this. It's really cool. My really complaint for this map is the nerf paralyzer. Once you get to round 70, you're not getting any kills with that, so it's the subwoofer resonator or nothing. And there's a lot of closed off space in this map. You'll notice they put a lot of barriers in areas there shouldn't be. I wish the whole town was just open for you to explore without having to go around through the other buildings and stuff. That's my one complaint. If there was no barriers blocking most of these areas, I think it'd be in my top 5. I love this map, and the memories will stick with me for life. Number 10. Now we're into that top 10. That came fast, didn't it? Moon from Black Ops 3. One of the rare times that a remaster or remake of any map was going to come above the original, but I love everything about this version of Moon more than the original. And I like the first version. You saw it was only about 7-8 spots lower than this. It's not like it's a bad map, but this does a lot of the stuff better than Black Ops 1. It's the best looking remaster for sure. The first version of Moon's so ugly, it's so gray. Like I said, I like the aesthetics in some areas because it's reminiscent, I'm stroking out, of Doris. But this version, visually stunning. When you go into the biodome, it is just full of life, full of trees, full of nature. It is so amazing how good that looks in comparison. It's great. The ability to do the Easter egg solo, like I said earlier, that gives this just a complete advantage over Black Ops 1. Gobblegums make high rounds way more playable. No guns on BO1 create drops beyond round about 50. Unless you're throwing a Gersh device and you get lucky and you can hack it into a max ammo, you're left with no real option. This version, AATs, you've got the Gobblegums, you've got plenty of other options to get yourself power-ups in the higher rounds. And killing the astronaut is doable in this version. You can put on Vedwire or any other AAT and kill him in any rounds. You don't have to worry about him cornering you and stealing your perks. It fits better with the Black Ops 3 system than Black Ops 1. The spawns work better. Just everything. This feels like a BO3 map. BO1, it was like it was too ahead of its time. I still have some of the same issues though as Black Ops 1. The excavator, still a pretty big problem. I don't know why they ever decided that was a good idea. Jug and speed alternating on Earth is still a problem. And overall, if you're doing the Easter egg or not, the RNG on this map's bad. If you're hitting the box, it's going to take forever to get the Gersh devices and your Wonder Weapon. It's just going to. That's just the unfortunate nature of it. And my biggest complaint, like every other Black Ops 1 remaster, no PhD flopper. And not having PhD is just a cardinal sin. How dare you do that to me? Love this map, though. It's a better map than Black Ops 1's version, like I said, and that's why it deserves the number 10 spot. Number 9, Shinonuma from World at War. Probably a little bit too high for some people and their liking, but that's fine. This is a personal ranking and personal preference list. I've always had so much fun on this map, going back to when I was a child, and I'd go to my uncle's house, and he had this map, had all the DLCs, but this was the one that stood out to me in particular. It was creepy. I got a very nightmare-y vibe. I know I've said that many times about these maps, but it just keeps you up at night with the way the zombies run at you like a soldier. It's the best map for high rounding, if not one of the best. It's great. You know, you get to round 1,000 in a couple hours. Okay, maybe not a couple hours, but 10 hours. What other map can you say you can get to around 1,000? Not very many. So that makes this map a lot more fun for me. We can just grind the rounds out because of the 24 cap per limit round. It gave us the Wonder Wah for the first time, our first ever real wonder weapon. I don't really count the ray gun all that much. First map with a boss round, so this is the first map that ever gave us a dog round or anything of that nature that gives us a max ammo. The first map with real training spots. I know people find their ways on Verrückt and Nock, but this is the first map with an open training area that leads to a trap. I absolutely love that area on Shinonuma. It's got no pack-a-punch though, like all the World at War maps besides Duri's. Zombies in World at War are just hard to predict, so you can find yourself in a pretty bad predicament pretty fast in this game. And the dogs are juiced up, by far the hardest dogs ever. You're going to have to set down a bunch of bouncing betties to set those guys off from their rounds, because they are intense. Overall though, this is a top 10 map for me ever. The nostalgia, everything it did for me in Zombies, did it perfect. I still have fun going back and playing this all the time. Number 8 is 9. Yeah, it's close enough to being 9 itself, isn't it? I love this map. I don't really love Black Ops 4 all that much. It's hit or miss with a lot of the maps and all of the stuff that they went for, but this map does everything right, and all I ever sit back and think about in my fantasy time is, could you imagine this in Black Ops 3? This map would have been top tier. This would have been up there with Shadows of Evil, and for other people, the Rise and Dragon, Garage Krovi, stuff like that. I think the BO4 system works really well with this map, though. It's like everything that was designed for this map. The perks, all of it all works with this particular map. I love the way that it all flows. It's perfect for everybody, the casuals, the hardcore guys who want to do the Easter eggs, all of the stuff. It's got everything for everybody. The map layout is really easy to remember. I find the hardest parts of zombie maps at the start is to, okay, this is where this is, this is where this is. This map, it took me only a few times playing to remember where everything was, which is, that's a big up. Let's just say that, it's a big up. And it's oddly addicting. You play this map, you look at the clock, you realize it's been 5 hours that I've been playing this map. It's like the giant of this game, where it's very casual, you hop on, you're having a good time, and before you realize it, it's been a long time that you've been playing it. My only real complaints with this map, like every Black Ops 4 map, there's too many boss zombies. They just go crazy with these fucking things in every map in this game. And the Wonder Weapon does not do any damage. The Scorpion, it's cool and it's fun to use every here and there, but it's pretty useless in the grand picture. If you're doing a Wonder Weapon list, that ain't gonna be very high. Love this map though, and it definitely deserves to be 8th. Number 7 is Duri's from Black Ops 1. If there's a map that I've spent more time on than this, I would be curious to know it. It would probably be Kino, but this is the map that I would play every single day when I would come home from school. I always thought about it when I was at school or wherever I was at hockey, playing sports. This was always the map that I was thinking about going home and playing. It's a more playable version of the original. It runs better on Black Ops 1. I like the World at War version for what it is and what it brought us and all of that stuff. I can appreciate it, but at the same time, it flows better with this game. It feels like it should have come out in Black Ops 1. The Wonder Waff is usable in this version, unlike the World at War version that takes your jug away. This time you can use it, you can get to those high rounds. Like previously mentioned, it's an S-tier co-op map. I said that about the World at War version. I didn't really mention it with the Giant, but I should have. It's an S-tier map in terms of co-op. All the way around the board. Fun, high rounds, all of it. I love all of that. My only real complaint with this version, the BO1 box weapons are so bad. When you're hitting the box, you're only hitting it for the Wonder Weapons. There's really no other reason to hit the box in this game. It's nice that they brought back some of the wall weapons from World at War, but other than that, the box weapons are atrocious, like all the other BO1 maps. I love this map, though. I could sit here jerking this map off for hours. It's brought me so much joy. Nostalgia every time I just hear the name Duri's. Number 6, Kino der Toten. A lot of people are probably thinking that is really high for Kino. This is the map that I first owned on my first console, my 360. This was the first zombie map that I ever personally owned. I'd played maps before. I'd played World at War. I'd played Kino and stuff at other people's houses. But when I bought it myself, played it myself, got to high rounds myself, all of that, I finally came to the conclusion that I just love zombies. This was the map that all made that happen. The Wonder Weapon, the Thunder Gun, I sit here thinking about it all the time, still to this day. This map, the visuals, the alleyway, Spawn, Beware of the Six, all of these things that will never leave my brain. This is the map everyone learned to train on. Before this, it was just sit in a corner with your friends or solo, camp as long as you can until you get overrun, and that was your zombie game. This map, people found out how to train, and then it passed down almost like a domino effect where everybody started doing it, and then passing that on to different maps after that. The high rounds on this map are some of the most fun ever. I've never had more fun getting to 100 on a zombies map than Black Ops 1 Kino der Toten. It's just by far the most nostalgic map. Like I said, Doris is up there. This is just, when I think of zombies, I think of the film reel, I think of the teleporter, the Nova 6s, Dog Round, Thunder Gun, all these things. This map is just perfection for me. The only complaint is that it's gotten overrated a little bit. You've got people that put this number 1 or 2 on their list. There are maps that have surpassed it over time. But for the pure sake of nostalgia and what this map has done for me and giving me this passion and love for this game mode, I have to respect it by putting it at number 6. Coming in at number 5, and this is a real toss-up between Kino or this, Ascension. You could have a certain day where I'd say Ascension, a certain day where I'd say Kino. It really just depends on my mood. This map is the first map I ever played that was a DLC. This is the first time I ever remember watching YouTube videos where I was like, wait, there's more maps on this game than just Kino der Toten? What? It was NGT Zombies, and they were playing Ascension, and I knew I had to have this. And then, of course, I proceeded to buy every map pack except for Ascension, because I didn't know how to read, 10-year-old child. And I remember loading this map up, getting the Thunder Gun, Monkey Rounds, PhD, Stamina, all of that was so amazing to me. I couldn't wrap my head around, like, this map is one map, and we got all this innovation in one map. We got 2 of my favorite perks ever. We've got the Landers, we've got an Easter egg. We've got all this storyline stuff going on in the background that I was just so fascinated by it. It got me so into zombies, much like Kino did, where it was like I just felt like I had to come back to it every single day. I don't really have too many complaints other than it gets boring. Like obviously every zombies map does. If you sit there long enough and you're doing the same thing repetitively enough, it does get boring. The monkeys are really annoying. That's the one flaw, really, other than getting bored like anything, like any map. The monkeys suck on this map. You can't do anything about it either. You just have to let them steal one of your perks basically every single time if you're playing solo. That sucks. But if you're playing with friends, you'll have that covered. Or if you use claymores, you should be fine. Just stay on your quick revive. Let them steal PhD and stamina up and all that. That's not the biggest deal in the world. I love this map, though. When I think of Ascension, I just think of this is pretty much the peak of Black Ops 1. And I say pretty much the peak because the peak of Black Ops 1, number 4, Call of the Dead. This map is the best map in Black Ops 1. I could argue it should be top 3. I'm going to have it at 4, though, because the 3 above this are just masterpieces. I love the cast on this map. I don't think they've ever had a better cast of characters. Even our original characters, they're great. And Mob of the Dead, they're great. But when I load this map up, I just love these characters. They're great in every way. And they give you a different variety of every aspect. You've got Danny Trejo, you've got Robert Englund, you've got Michael Rooker, and you've got Sarah Michelle Gellar. 4 extremely iconic horror figures. Just amazing. It's got one of the best Easter eggs ever. I absolutely love the reward it gives you as well, the Wonder Waff. What a great idea. And killing George, getting a reward was just a super smart idea. You get the Wonder Waff, you do the Easter egg, and you get a perk. So that's they got to do that with more boss zombies. It's an awesome map for co-op. You use the Wonder Weapon on your friend, the VR-11. You use that on your friend. He turns into an insta-kill zombie pretty much for the next 10 seconds, and he can kill whoever he wants. It's great. Storyline surrounding it is amazing. My complaint is the high rounds are really, really unachievable on console, and George can get a little bit annoying, but that's it. If you're looking for a perfect map where you just jump in, have this amazing transcendent experience to a different world, this map is it on Black Ops 1. Number 3, Shadows of Evil. Where do I even begin with this masterpiece? This is one of the best launch maps you can ever envision. This was the perfect map to give people to chew on for 4 or 5 months until they got the next DLC. I don't know if it was that long, 3 or 4 months. Gives you so much stuff to do. It gives you a whole new mode to learn how to grasp beast mode. So instead of your typical unlocking just doors by buying them, this time around you're going to be swinging around and you're going to be zapping stuff, a lot like Mob of the Dead. So it takes the skill curve along with everything else, learning the map, learning where the parts are, learning all of that stuff. It becomes like a way of life when you play a map like this. love the 1940s vibe with the music that they added, with the different perk jingles. It's fucking amazing. The wonder weapon and sword fit the map perfectly. I love the fact that you can upgrade the sword as well, so you get this double upgrade on the sword. It's just so amazing. It's so awesome to use. Love the Apothecant Servant. I don't know too many people that don't. Love Little Arnie's. It's extremely fun, high rounding. Like, this is my favorite round 100 maybe I've ever gotten to. It's super, super rewarding, because you don't have the upgraded Apothecant anymore, which is one of my only real downsides womp womp with this map, is you can't upgrade the Wonder Weapon and get all that ammo like you used to be able to. Probably don't need it, because like I said, you still get to 100 pretty easily, but you know, it would have been nice. It would have made the map a little bit more replayable in the grand scheme of things. I don't very often sit back and think I should go for 100 again, but this map, I always play it. I always love to play with my friends. Storyline-wise is amazing. I always watch the cutscene. Again, great cast of characters. Did a good job selecting 4 different individuals. I don't really have any complaints other than the lack of upgrade on the Wonder Weapon. That's it. That's my one complaint. This map is damn near perfect.
Number 2 is Mob of the Dead.
It's like Sophie's choice for me picking number 1. It really is. It could be between this and whatever I put in number 1. It's a secret. If you've been counting, it's not. But this could be number 1 some days. Like, you really could switch some of these around. I think this map saves zombies. I don't think. I know this for a fact. We got Transit and Die Rise before this, and both were really bad. Let's be honest. Even if you like Die Rise more than I do, you can't sit here and try and tell me that it was going in a good direction. Blundell came along, saved zombies as a whole with this map. I can't really envision where it would have gone. Probably would have ended up fizzling out at the end of Black Ops 2 and would have never come back. It's got such a great cast of characters that it's almost shocking that they were able to convince these actors, you know, like Ray Liotta. How do you even convince him to come in and, hey, we need you to do this Call of Duty Zombies map? He also did GTA. I don't know how you convince him for that either. The guy was one of my favorite actors ever. Blundergap fits this map perfectly. Speaking of things that fit the map perfectly, the Hell's Retriever and the Golden Spork. Oh, I just love all of that so much. The Afterlife system is also just perfect. Perfect. Because they know for a fact, probably by testing it out and by playing this map, Quick Revive wasn't going to be helpful enough. 3 Quick Revives was not going to be enough. You down so much on the close quarters nature of this map, you're going to need a system that gives you more than 3. And that Afterlife system, if you're smart enough and you're good enough at keeping those 3 there, you have 3 at all time, and they can keep respawning as time goes on. Such a great system. Map is so amazing. It gives you all of these vibes. Playing on Alcatraz Island is just such a crazy idea. If you've watched all these documentaries over the years or movies taking place at Alcatraz, you kind of start to recognize where certain things are. Like The Rock, Escape from Alcatraz, all these things. I just love Alcatraz as a place. I love this map. I love what they did with the story. The Easter eggs, great. I love the Pop Goes the Weasel. All of that stuff, masterclass of how to make a perfect zombies map. I do not have any complaints. I wouldn't change a single thing about this map. Number 1, Origins. Now, having said all that great stuff about Mob of the Dead, I feel the same way about Origins. I don't see any real flaw with this map. This is where our 4 main characters met. You get to see the little evolution of their character growth. You get to see the first moment they each met each other. You get to have the first map ever where 4 players, all 4 of you, can use your own individual wonder weapon without hacks. You don't have to hack your way into using, 4 thunder guns or 4 liquefiers. You can use 4 individual wonder weapons and have your own abilities. It's great. The idea was so good, they brought it back for multiple maps afterwards. The Horizon Drag comes to mind, Ancient Evil, which I've never played. I will play it someday. I love that aspect, the 4 wonder weapons. Being in World War I on a battlefield just feels so real, frightening, and intense. You can feel the bullets swinging past your head while you're running through the trenches. The storyline surrounding the map is the best ever for me. I think that the storyline that we ended up uncovering from this was incredible. The Easter egg solo is one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in zombies. When I finally realized how to do all of it and finally did it, the reward you feel is just immense. I love the cutscene at the end, all of it. I just love all the steps, the fact that they reused the same step names from the Black Ops 1 campaign. They created the Wonder Fizz, the Iron Fists were cool. I love riding the tank. The Panzer's a great boss where there's a skill curve. You gotta learn how to take him out, but once you do, he's pretty easy to take out. At the start, though, holy shit, he is terrifying. The Mauser is still my favorite starting pistol ever. I don't think that anything will ever top that. You basically get a wonder weapon in your pocket when you upgrade that thing. Best Pack-a-Punch camo ever. The Crazy Place is one of the best training spots ever once you get that thing opened up. It's just a perfect map, period. I could complain about little things like setting up, but once you've done it all, you never feel like you've wasted time. So to me, it's the best map of all time. And that is why I have it at number 1. So thank you very much for watching this video. This took me a fucking long time to make. I don't think I've ever put this much time into one video ever. Wow. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. I had a fun time making this. I might do this again someday when I finish Black Ops 4 off. I don't know, though. It's probably not going to happen because, like I said, this took me forever. All the footage, getting all this together was just way more than I ever imagined. It was a lot of fun, though. I had a good time. I'll be back to talk about my Blu-ray haul of last month. So I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.